I brought my own team to CFB 26 using the team builder method, and today I'm introducing you to the Turtletown Mangos. Turtletown just representing my favorite animal. We're going to be playing in Reggie Stadium. As you can see on the 25-yard lines, the logos paying homage to a turtle that I used to have that passed away. His name was Reggie, so just had to give him a feature on the fields here. Super excited with how the fields turned out. And then also these uniforms as well. These home uniforms, you can't really see it super well in this spot, but they are kind of a mango gradient. So going from like an orangish yellow color down to a green helmets. Really excited about how these turned out. Got our away unis, the all whites, again, very clean, very sleek. Our midnight mango, so if we get any night games or any kind of big games like that, definitely going to have to break these out. Just another option here, our color rush, the all greens. Just wanted to have an alternate in case we didn't want to wear our all white or our all orange or our other uniform options. And then my personal favorite here, the tropic uniforms. Got the bright blues kind of representing the tropic kind of feel that the mangoes come with. And then we got the black helmets looking clean on top as well. This dynasty is also going to include my brother, who is taking over a team called the Charlotte Speedsters. He'll be replacing Charlotte in this dynasty, and NASCAR is kind of another one of his bread and butter sports that he loves, so he kind of went with a racing theme. Got kind of a play on the NASCAR logo as his logo at midfield, checkered flag end zones, and then his favorite racer is Kyle Larson, so a lot of his uniforms kind of have the Kyle Larson color scheme. He's even got one relative to the Coca-Cola 600 and his upcoming race car that he's going to be racing with in Vegas, which is a black and gold style. Also got my friend in here with the Lufkin Lemurs, so definitely going to have a good time playing against him. Here's just a preview of his field and his logo and uniforms. He's got the purple and black scheme, the all-purple field, so that's going to be a pretty awesome environment to play in too. And he's going to be replacing Rice down in Texas, so he'll be playing in the American Conference, and we'll be playing against him in this dynasty too. And last but not least, the Iowa Corn, who will be led by one of the guys that I've played Madden with for a few years now. So going to be playing against him. He'll be playing, replacing Northern Illinois in the MAC. And excited to be facing off against him in this dynasty too. And last but not least, we got our coach here. I just went ahead and put it all together quick, and I'll show you what we got here. So Head Coach Shelldon Mango. Nice little play on words there. I love my dad jokes. So there's our name for our coach. We got the UAB spread is going to be our offensive playbook for this dynasty. We're going to be rocking the 4-2-5 defense. Alma mater, we're going to be from Indiana. Our pipeline, since we took over Nevada, is going to be in Nevada. I like to think of myself as a calm guy, so we got a calm demeanor. Play sheet's going to be our stance as the game shows us during games. Not really sure what this adaptive AI does, so I just went with the mad scientist because that sounds pretty cool. And then we're going to be a little more aggressive on offense. Defense, I typically like to sit back and just kind of let the teams kind of a bend, don't break mentality. So that's what we're going to be rocking there for our defensive aggressiveness. And now let's take a look at the team. Looking at our team here, we're led by junior Tyrese Gardner. He's going to be our halfback. Leading the squad here, definitely excited to have him as an asset on this team. But as you see here, our deal breaker, he's definitely not going to be staying after this year. Unfortunately, our team grades are brutal, so definitely going to be losing a lot of players here in the transfer portal. We did get to make 2 freshmen, which are the next 2 highest players on my squad here. Oscar Dalton is a wide receiver, 80 overall. And then we've got Nathan Caldwell as well. He'll be leading us on the defensive side. Definitely going to be a fun time using him and holding down the secondary there. And then Oscar Dalton, obviously, we're going to have some fun stuff with him, especially with the new gadget position that we have available in the depth chart. So definitely going to be excited to use him. Looking at quarterback now, we've got Ernest Franks going to be leading the charge here. He's going to be getting the start just because of the fact that he's got an A+ in playing time. Don't be surprised, though, if Jalen Brooks gets some reps out there just because he is a little more mobile. I think we're definitely going to find some ways to use him in the run game. Running back, I already touched on Tyrese Gardner. Definitely excited about him. Oscar Dalton leading the charge on the receiving corps, and then Keenan Shaw is going to be our senior, who's also going to be leading the charge. We've got a few other receivers down there, but really I think those two are going to be our main targets for the year. Scooter McGee, really excited just because a fun name. I'm really happy with the name that I gave him. He's going to be leading us as our tight end. The rest of our tight ends really just don't give us much to work with. Offensive line is going to be a rough one. We're going to definitely struggle getting some pass protection, but definitely going to be run heavy. Defensively, again, it's just this roster is brutal. We're a 57 overall. Our D tackles are not going to give us much up the middle either. I do think our linebackers have some potential, but unfortunately we are losing Latrell Spencer because he is a senior. Just not much working with there. Secondary, Nathan Caldwell really is about the only bright spot we've got on this position group. We do have a couple of other guys that are juniors, but again, they're all just going to be leaving. Anybody that's not going to be leaving is not really going to see the field anyway. Safety, led by Silas Miller, a 86 speed guy. He has some potentially, but we'll see how that goes. And then strong safety, Alexander Valentine. Special teams, you know the deal. This roster is going to be rough. And here we go, getting ready to load into the game, taking on the Missouri State Bears. First game of the year, and we got a home game, so we're going to get to see the home stadium here as we get ready to kick off. And man, I just got to say again, I'm so happy with how this field turned out. The logos look clean, the turf looks great, and the stadium, it'll fill up as we get going here. Obviously, we're starting out as a 1.5-star school, so nothing too crazy. Going to get spun out here on the kickoff, but we make the tackle. There's Shelldon standing on the sideline, looking great as ever with his play sheet. And Shamari Lawrence is going to be our main player that we got to take on here today. Definitely going to be a tough guy to stop, but I think our defense is going to be up for the challenge. We're going to go ahead and start out here in a cover 4 look. Crowd's going. We got the stadium pulse already rocking. This crowd's ready for some football here. Going to hop on Spencer. They go with the RPO. I'm going to have a horrible user, but we'll still make the tackle. A little bit more yards than we would have liked to give up, but not a bad start for the first drive of the game. Going to pinch the line here. Hop on Riddick Jr. They hit us with a quick out, complete, but we'll give that up. Force a third down here. Now all we need is a stop. They go RPO, and I'm all over that with Spencer, but I get spun out. Oh, we had the stop right there in the backfield, but just couldn't quite make it. And after a couple of short gains, we get a third down here again. Opportunity to get them off the field. Cover 4 again. We got a deep ball down the sideline. That's on our safety, and we're able to bat it away. Great play by our DB, and we're going to force them to punt early. It's a great stand by our defense. That's exactly how we wanted to start this season. And we'll run back here. Dalton, our stud freshman, the kick returner for us. See if he can get around these guys. He's got some space, but they've got good coverage. So not going to get too much out of it, but not a bad start to the game. Oscar Dalton, there we go, giving him a shout-out. 80 overall freshman. He's going to be the core piece of our offense along with our running back, Tyrese Gardner. So let's see if we can get something going here. I feel like an RPO is probably the best way to get this thing started. And we've got the bubble option there just in case the run gets clogged up by the defense. Right here, we're just going to hand it off, though. Let Gardner get the first touch. Not a terrible gain, but obviously we'd like to get a little more. Second down here, just going to make sure we get the blocking set up for our pass protection. Just some quick passes. Our quarterback isn't great, so we just got to get some easy passes. And there we go. We hit the drag underneath. Moving the chains, that's exactly how we want to start this game. Getting our 2 star players involved early. Gardner, we're going to give him another handoff here. And there's not much going on. Again, our offensive line, not great either. So this is definitely going to be a struggle. We just got to see if we can make things happen here. Going to go for another pass and under pressure. And not surprisingly, there's going to be our first miss from our quarterback of the season. I have a feeling that's going to be a pretty familiar sight as we keep playing throughout the year here. Going to just hit this return route to our other wide receiver, Keenan Shaw. Great grab there, getting the first down, keep moving the chains. Just got to keep moving the chains here. That's our biggest piece that we got to keep working on. As long as we're making progress down the field, we're going to be just fine. We're going to hit the bubble here for another nice chunk gain. Marching down the field, very happy with the start to this first series for us. Just got to keep moving the ball. let Gardner go to work on the outside. He makes a stiff arm, and we're almost inside the 20. Again, just keep leaning on our star players. Gardner, Dalton, even Shaw's making some good plays so far. We're going to see if we can get Gardner on the edge, but they've got that locked up. And that play is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Still 0-0, but I really like the way our offense is playing so far. Our defense had that great stop at the start, so let's see if we can keep this thing rolling with our offense here. Going to see if we can hit this swing pass to Gardner on the outside. Just let him take the DBs one-on-one. Good job corralling him there, but honestly, we'll take that on a 2nd and 14. Sets out 3rd and manageable, and I think we've got the potential to run the ball again here. Going to go with a direct snap, and Gardner's going to try and fight, but we're just short on 4th down, so we're going to have to make a decision here early. First drive of the year, are we going to take the field goal? Absolutely not. We're going for this. We didn't come here and create this new team just to kick field goals. We're here to score touchdowns. So we're going to give Gardner another handoff here. Just kidding. It's a QB blast with our backup quarterback. I said be ready for Jalen Brooks to get some touches, and that's exactly what we've got here. Touchdown, Mangos. Put the points on the board. We're up 6-0. Extra point coming here with our kicker. And he drills it. Senior kicker, obviously. We've got our freshman kicker as well, but right now we're just going to keep letting the senior play this season out just because he's the better player. Now we got to get back on defense and stop Missouri State again. We do a decent job on 1st down, making the tackle. 2nd down, the QB's trying to throw us an interception, but double coverage, we just bat it down. That's something we definitely would have liked to have. Interception would have been huge there. But we get him to 3rd down here. He makes a throw, and our DB's able to break it up. Another great stop by our defense, forcing a 3-and-out. That's exactly the kind of start that we needed from them this year. Give Dalton another chance on a punt return here, see if he can make anything happen. Just get vertical. Not bad field position here starting out. This is a great start and a yellow throw from our quarterback, but Scooter McGee, the junior tight end, making a big grab, moving the chains for us, keeping the momentum rolling for the Mangos. This is exactly the kind of offense that we like to be running here right now. This first year, we just got to take the short, easy stuff. Nothing too crazy. Going to feed Gardner again, but they've got that unlocked. Now we're going to give Gardner another handoff here. This base play had some potential the last time we ran it, so we're going to try it again. And another decent gain, but it's going to force us to 3rd down here. Let's see if we can make something happen with our quarterback. I kind of like this corner route if we can get the man coverage look that we need. And we get the look that we want, but it's an orange throw and he misses. Again, both misses just coming on crucial plays right now from this quarterback. That's a huge mistake from Franks, and that's one that I know he wishes he could have back. But we're going to settle for our 3 here, just take the 10-point lead, keep the momentum rolling. We're not going to force anything too early here. And we're going to enjoy this start that we've got. Kicking it deep again. Just got to make sure we cover. Can't give up any easy points on a dumb kick return. And we're going to lay the boom. That's exactly the kind of stuff that we need out of this kickoff coverage. On defense now, just going to bring our safety down, covered down in the hook curl area. And we get a nice stop on 1st down. 2nd down here, they're going to go for the bubble. Easy wrap up. We're going to force them into a 3rd and long. Definitely a passing situation here, so we're going to pass commit, see if we can get a little extra pass rush. QB drops back. I've got the underneath route, and they've got the deep ball over top. We had pretty good coverage underneath for the most part, but the tight end route there, we just could not get the stop there. 1st down now, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, so we got to get another stop here. Looking to keep building on this 10-0 lead that we've got right now, but before we can do that, we got to get this ball back, get the offense off the field. QB drops back, just takes the check down, and we'll rally to that. No big deal at all. Not a bad stop there. They're in the hurry up now, naturally under 2 minutes. Obviously, we're going to have to deal with a little bit of tempo here. Good coverage deep. They've got the running back check down, but we're okay giving that up. We'll give that up every day of the week. Good stop, good tackle. They did get the first, which is kind of unfortunate. It does stop the clock for them, but I think it's time we bring in a little pressure here. They're going 5 wide. We're going to send the blitz in, and we almost had the user pick, but now we got to get another stop here on 2nd down. We know they're going to pass. They hit us with that little delay route, make the tackle and force a 3rd and 1. Now we just got to get off the field again. Obviously, still going no huddle here. Just got to get ready for a short pass here. Expect maybe a run. They do go with the pass. We got the post covered. The Texas was wide open, but our pressure is going to get home, and we're going to get the sack and force a punt. Calling a timeout, see if we can get a little bit of time left for ourselves to maybe put some points up before the half. But this is a pretty good punt. They're going to force us pretty deep, see if Dalton can make a move, and we get tackled basically by our own player there. Running into him, but we're going to go empty here, see if our quarterback has any chance to make a read. And that's the last thing we want to do is give him the ball right back. Another orange throw. I feel like that's going to be a pretty common theme that we see throughout the entire season is anything we try to throw past 5 yards, probably going to be an orange throw, inaccurate, likely going to get picked. We do injure one of their offensive linemen on that play. So we'll see if maybe that allows us to get a little more pressure in as we keep playing defense here. At this point, we just got to hold them to a field goal. We cannot be giving up any touchdowns, especially after that brutal turnover that we could have maybe put some points up for. Going to show some blitz here again, see if we can get any more pressure. And they cooked us deep. The one thing we couldn't do, give up a touchdown, and that's exactly what we do. And now Missouri State is going to make it a 3-point game with the extra point. And what could have been a 13 or 17-point game going into half is looking like it's only going to be a 3-point game. But we do have some time left here to see if we can make anything happen. Obviously trying to avoid throwing a pick like I almost just did right there again. Gonna see if we can get anything going with this trail route. I feel like maybe the trail will get open to McGee, but we're just gonna take the drag instead. It seemed like the linebackers were playing a little bit off. Might have had McGee for a little bit bigger gain. We're gonna go no huddle though. Go with the same play again, see if we can get a good gain again. Just trying to see if we can get any points here before half. And I'm actually going to put a curl route there on the left side since it looks like they might be in man. And that's what we're going to hit. Get the first down, get out of bounds. A great gain there just to keep the chains moving, stop the clock, get a little bit closer, see if we got a chance to get into field goal range before the half here. Going to see if we maybe get the corner out there, but the curl's actually going to be the one that's wide open. We're going to hit Dalton there on that curl. And we're moving the ball right now. I think we've got a chance to come away with the field goal here. We're just going to see if we can get a little bit closer, get a nice pancake there from our left guard, set up this field goal and see if we can punch this in, extend our lead to 6 before we go into halftime. And Coach actually wanted us to go for the Hail Mary, so I'm not entirely sure if we've got the leg for this. We're going to try it anyway, though. See if we can make it, and it's just short. So we're still going to go into halftime, only up 3 right now. Not really how we wanted to end that half, especially throwing the pick, too. I still think we're really dominating, though. Holding them to only 8 rushing yards so far. I feel like our offense has just been way more efficient. We're owning the time of possession. I think this game's going to be something that we can really run away with here in the second half. We're going to start out with an RPO here, give Dalton out in space, and he's got room down the sideline making a big gain, and that's exactly how we needed to start this second half. Got to get the momentum back on our side. After that horrible end of the first half, we just got to find some momentum here, see if we can get some answers on offense. Almost throwing another pick, but also could have potentially been a big gain there. But we're just going to go back to the ground, see if we can settle down a little bit, get Gardner back into our rhythm, and that's going to set up a 3rd and manageable for us here. I'm not entirely sure how confident I am with Franks throwing the ball, but we do get an accurate green pass, and McGee drops it. And that's going to set up another 4th down that we got to try and convert here. Like I said on that very first drive of the game, we're here to score points and score touchdowns. If it's manageable, we're going to be going for it. And a sketchy pass a little bit there. Wasn't entirely sure Franks was going to be able to hit it, but he hits the target. We move the chains, and let's see if we can get Gardner moving the chains again now on the ground. 10 rushes, 31 yards. Not a terrible average, but also not a great average. We'd love to be more in the 4 to 5 range, but it's our first game. We're kind of feeling things out. And speaking of feeling things out, we're going to try this gate formation, and we're actually going to get a pretty decent gain on the jet touch pass to Gardner, setting up another 3rd down and short. I feel like we've been dealing with a lot of 3rd downs here, but this check down right here is going to be wide open. We're going to move the chains again. Offense is really kind of clicking right now. They're getting us to those 3rd downs, but we just keep converting. We're going to get deep into the playbook now, going to a tight end screen to Scooter McGee, getting even closer to the goal line, inside the 10 now. And I feel like this bubble pop, this tight end may be wide open, but we're actually going to hand it off here since they played it. Set up another 3rd down. Again, like I said, these 3rd downs we've been converting them so far, and we're going to go back to that QB blast with the backup quarterback, and Jalen Brooks is going to punch it in again. Both his rushes converting into touchdowns for us in crucial points in this game. A great drive to start the third quarter here, and we're going to extend our lead to 10 with the touchdown. Now all we need is another stop, and we can really break this game wide open, feeling comfortable. They're going to go with the run here to the running back. Hits us with a weird spin move. Not a great start to that drive as we missed that tackle. But we got another first down here. Like I said, we just need to get one stop here on this drive. We'll be just fine. But instead, we're going to get gashed for a huge gain. And in 2 plays, they're already past the 50. Already almost in field goal range. Let's see if we can get something here. I'm on Lovett. They check it down, and we are getting cooked right now by this offense. 3 straight first downs, all huge gains. Not the kind of defensive drive we needed to be able to seal this game away. Another first down here. Let's see if we can get them with some man coverage. I feel like our corners should be able to hang with them here. They get the nice in route there, force a 2nd and 3, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. They really had some good momentum here to close out that quarter. Let's see if we can get some adjustments here coming into the fourth to really shut down this offense. Not looking great there on that first play. I mean, we made the tackle, but another first down. Nope, just kidding. It's 3rd and inches. So we're going to actually have a chance here to get a stop, get them off the field. And instead, they're going to run right through us and down to the 1. So now we're going to need a goal line stand if we really want to put this game away. Trying to get our defense lined up here. They go with the quarterback run, and he pitches it backwards. So we'll take that, forcing them into a 2nd down here, still inside the 5, but we've got a chance here. They go play action, and he drops the ball. That's huge. That's exactly the kind of play that we needed there. Get him to a 3rd down. Just need another stop here. He takes off. Nope, he's going to throw it right over the top of us, and that's going to put him back within 3 points. We had a couple of chances that drive to put the game away, really get in control. Instead, we're going to have to see if we can start on offense here. We get a pretty good return, and let's see if we can close this game now out on offense. Going with an RPO look here, see if we can maybe catch him off guard. I feel like we've got Scooter McGee in the flat, but he gets bumped after nothing really on 2nd down either. 3rd down and 6 here. We're going to try and hit this quick out to Dalton, and he connects, but he comes backwards, and he's behind the first down marker. Going to go with this direct snap now, see if Gardner can catch him off guard with a quick hitter, but Missouri State's all over that. So turnover on downs, and they're already in field goal range here with 4 minutes left. So now we got to make another defensive stand and really close this game out strong. They hit the drag, and we're all over it, so force them to a 2nd down here. 2nd down, they go with a handoff, and once again, we're on it, but they're still making progress towards that marker. 3rd down here, we really need a stop. I'm going to try and send this corner blitz from the nickel. They go with an RPO, and our D-line makes the stop. They had a potential for a cutback there. Thankfully, our D-tackle shed it and made the play. They're going to go for the field goal here, which, of course, they're going to make, and now it's all tied up, so we really got to find some answers on offense. I feel like the best bet may have been running, but I see press coverage on Dalton out there on the outside. Unfortunately, they double-teamed him, so we're just going to try and check it down. Ball falls incomplete, so I guess we're going to see if we can find some answers here. I'm terrified of throwing a pick right now because a pick really puts Missouri State in a great position. That's why we're going to hand the ball off to Gardner here, see if he can get anything going for us. A decent gain, but it is going to set up 3rd down, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So 3rd down coming up when we come back from the break. I honestly have no idea what I want to look for here, just because I really don't feel comfortable throwing the football in this situation with our quarterback. But at the same time, I do feel like Dalton can potentially win on this drag route, and that's going to be what our main read is looking at this play. As he comes across, he does clear the linebacker, but the D-line bats it down, and we're stuck at another 4th down spot here. Again, I feel like we just kind of have to go for this. If we punt them the ball back the way their offense is playing so far in this 4th quarter, I really don't know if we're going to be able to get another stop and win this game. So we're going to see if we can hit the drag here. And I don't know if we got that, but they are going to mark us to get the 1st down. And we're going to go no huddle here just because I really don't trust that we aren't going to get some kind of replay. I hit the wrong button. I thought the corner route was X and it was Y, and I nearly threw a pick that just cost us this game. 2nd down now, we just got to kind of regain our composure. I think we may have the Texas route coming out here, but I'm actually going to take the drag. A decent gain there gets us close to another first down. We're at a minute 30 left right here in the game. I feel like we're in a decent spot if we can just get another couple of first downs. We're going to go with the direct snap here. I actually moved Dalton back to the halfback there using the gadget position, so a big gain there for him, and I think we're going to try and use him again here on the screen pass, and it looks pretty good, but the D-line actually read that very well. I was kind of surprised that they played it that well because we haven't really called screenplays, but up to this point, we really are just trying to chew this clock, get into field goal range, and see if we can close this game out, just escape with a win. We actually get Dalton out of the backfield here again, and he hits the first down, so that's going to put us in a great spot as Missouri State has to call their first timeout. And now at this point, we're really just in chew clock mode. Gardner's tired, so Delgado's actually the one in taking this first carry on first down. Not terrible. Missouri State uses their second timeout of the half. We're going to hit him with the RPO here, and Scooter McGee coming in clutch, making up for that other RPO that he missed the pass on. And now we're really in a great spot. Missouri State doesn't have any timeouts. We're just going to see if we can get a little closer here with Gardner, set up to make this an easier field goal, and that huge run is basically going to seal it. I do want to make one more run here just to center us a little bit more because I really don't trust myself kicking, especially with this first game being so important, just to get that first one of our season on the board here. We'll take it down to 3 seconds, call a timeout, and now we're going to set up for a field goal here, and hopefully we can close this game out, come out victorious, and get ready for the next opponent. Just setting up with the meter there, drill it right down the middle. Unfortunately, I did leave 1 second left, so we are going to have to kick this ball off. But that's okay. We're in a great spot. As long as we just make the tackle here on this kickoff, we're going to be just fine. This is something we've been practicing all summer, all training camp, getting ready to close out these games. Our kickoff coverage just has to be good enough to make this tackle, and then we're 1-0. Kickoff goes deep. They are going to return it, not going to fair catch it. And there it is, right on the Reggie logo. RIP to him. The Turtletown Mangos come out victorious despite their best efforts to close this game or choke this game away in the fourth. And look at that player of the game, Jalen Brooks. All he had was those 2 carries, but he was the only player to find the end zone for us. So we're going to give him player of the game, not even throwing a single pass. But that's going to do it for our week 1 game here against Missouri State. We'll take a quick look at the stats here just to see how our team performed. And if you look at the team stats right there, we dominated pretty much everything. Ernest Franks, not a great game by any means. He did have the 1 interception, so definitely got to fix that. Gardner did lead the team in rushing. Definitely not surprised there. Dalton leading the team in receiving. Almost had a 100-yard game. Obviously no passing touchdowns on this. Defensively, tackle leader ended up being Malik Riddick, our sub linebacker. A couple other guys down there, pretty spread out, especially after those first couple with Valentine as well. TFLs, we had a few guys with those. Kendrick Battle had that huge sack during that game. And that's going to wrap it up for week 1. I can't wait to see how this team develops. We'll see how recruiting goes this year. And I'll see you guys in week 2 as we get ready to take on Delaware.